coming up to 20 to 8. Now, the Minister has just announced plans for a commissioner to oversee online stuff, particularly to protect protect kids from vulnerable situations and situations that could put them in danger. Not exactly on the back of the Momo challenge thing, but it's something that's been going on for a while. But certainly something that's probably been highlighted a little by it. And there's a lot of questions to be raised about how a commissioner would work. A commissioner would have take-down powers to order organisations to take down any content which they think could be harmful to children. So here to chat to us a little bit more about his take on all of this is Owen Connolly from Connolly Counselling Centres. Owen, good morning.
Good morning to you indeed, and it's a very interesting subject, the Online Safety Act he's introducing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what really bothers me is what's happened to parenting. What's happened? Are we so busy that we're giving our parenting over to the creche, then it's into the school, and then into the college, and then now to the government? Do we have any active part anymore on really how our children, do things? So really, so when I hear of what he's doing, I think it's wonderful. I think that there should be some act, and it should be something that we all would want and value, that there is somehow a control over this media process where anybody crazy, whatever way they want to be. We talked about Momo the other day. And I have kids coming in here, and they can't go to bed, can't go to sleep, can't close their eyes because they're frightened of what they have seen on popping up on a screen on one of the games they were playing. So all of these things need to be monitored and taken care of. But the people who are making the millions, the billions that they're making using their platforms, these are the people you should go after.
Mm-hmm. But how easy would it be, these takedown orders? If it's an organisation that's based in America, how easy is it going to be for a commissioner in Ireland to say to them, you must take this down?
Well, I don't think it's going to be easy. It's never going to be easy because these people have every kind of system in place to make it difficult for anyone to try to take them down. But I have to say that we do need to have parents making the noise. We need to have if he's doing such a thing, give him the support in it and be there. But I'm still concerned that parents, because they're so blooming crashed out themselves of having both parents to be working to try and make a few bob to keep a roof on over their heads, they really don't even have time because they're both heading off early in the morning. They're putting the kids into creche, then into school, into whatever. So really, we need to look at some ways of being able to provide the space for parents to parent.
Mm-hmm. Is it a case, Owen, just going back to what you're saying about, it's really up to the parents to keep track of what their kids are watching online? And as a parent myself, it is hard to do because there's so much going on. And I'm sorry, and I think I speak for a lot of parents, that sometimes giving the kids the iPad so you can cook the dinner or do the ironing for 20 minutes or do whatever you want to do, I think a lot of us do it. But should we actually be letting our kids online if we don't have the time to monitor what they're watching?
Well, we do really have to have an attitude of what they should watch and how much time they spend on these instruments. Remembering that this is the future, they will be operating on whatever makes life easier for them. They'll be able to use all kinds of technology so as to take shortcuts to get to wherever they want to get to. We're like human beings, we all want to find an easy way of doing something. So even if it's the easy way of doing something to get a few minutes to cook a meal that keeps the kid quiet, and you put them on a pad of some sort with a bit of information, but you should decide what's on it. You can put on a little program that they like, and then that's all they are able to watch on it. What would
you recommend? I mean, a lot of this as well comes from peer pressure. Oh, well, so-and-so's allowed watch this, or so-and-so's allowed watch that. So you might have a class where half the class are, for example, allowed to play Fortnite and the other class aren't. What should you say to your kids when you don't want them playing these games?
Well, you say to them the same as some of the families, and they'll all understand this, as when people used to say, oh, well, everybody else is going to Wales, why shouldn't I? And if you'll go back to the Wesley thing, that, everybody wanted to go there, and all the girls in my class are going, and all the boys. But the truth is, it's not the case. I mean, your child will tell you anything that it suits them to tell you in order to get their way. And you need to understand, all children have done it forever.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So it's not a case of, just happening all of a sudden because we have this new technology. Absolutely not. Every single child is a gimme, 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 and they've always been that way. They'll always be that way, and that's why we need parenting.
I guess it's a case of, I suppose, having to stand firm at times when the child doesn't understand why it is that you're saying no, but there's a very good reason for saying no.
Exactly, and I've said so many times to parents, you always say yes when you're 17, or yes when we finish the dinner, or yes when it's whatever. So you don't use no, because it's so used to the word no that they will know that you're going to say no, and they're prepared for it. So you're not going to win against the kid.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
you best use the methods that they have no defense of. They don't have a defense for the word yes.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of us need to remember as well that we're in charge.
Yes.
I think we forget that sometimes.
It's very easy
Owen Connolly from Connolly Counselling Centre, thank you very much indeed.
Good morning.
It is 6:14 to 8 now.